My housemate gave this to me. I told her to print off my dissertation. She printed it and she gave me this with with some chocolates. Oh, thank you. Morning, everyone. Oh my god, I look like that lady from Monster Inc. Morning. It is 3:20 a.m. Oh my god, I am tired. There are a lot of things that I still need to do, and it's 5 more days to my first exam. But anyways, today is my dissertation submission day, so I decided to vlog today. Oh my god, so this is my last, very last submission. Gosh, I am so nervous. Why is it taking so long to process it? Submission. Okay. Whew. That's over now. So it's 12:05 now, and honestly, I can't even celebrate. I'm just like, what now? I was planning to do something fun, but at the same time, I don't have much time. I'm really behind revision right now. So here are my mind maps that I've done in the past. I'm gonna have to continue this chapter because during quarantine, I think I did it a bit, and I kind of put it off for a while. So I'm gonna have to. Okay, yeah. So here are the half-written mind maps that I have done. And I have to continue this chapter. Whew. It's honestly peak time. So hi, I'm really sorry for wearing sunglasses indoors while vlogging, but the sun is literally right in front of me and I keep squinting each time I vlog. This is literally my 5th attempt in vlogging, but you know what, whatever. So I've submitted my dissertation a week ago, and honestly I expected more celebration from it, but given the circumstances, and I had 5 more days to my first exam, so I had no time to waste. So I'm just gonna talk a bit on my dissertation because I'm very happy about it and it deserves to be talked about. So my dissertation is called The Gig Economy and How Ola Cabs Impacted Indian Labor Market. So last summer I spent a lot of time going out and about in Malaysia, so I used the ride-sharing services a lot, and in Malaysia there's only one ride-sharing service. It's called Grab. So one time the Grab driver and we were stuck in a jam. So we had a very good discussion on the impact of ride-sharing services in the economy. And he was saying about how there are talks on allowing motorcycling ride-sharing services into the market. And we were talking about how it could impact the Malaysian economy, and he said that there could be a congestion effect. And I said, I would think that because youth unemployment is so high in Malaysia, it could actually help employment in Malaysia, because it would allow them to gain a bit of money while looking for jobs and all that. So I think from that, it just inspired me to do a dissertation on it. Hence, when I got back to the university, I decided to choose a supervisor who specializes in labor economics. And the minute I got my supervisor, I went to her and told her about this idea that I had in mind, amongst other ideas, because I did not only restrict to this topic, I also had other topics as well, like discrimination against Muslim women, blah 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 blah. But in the end, I felt like this is the most relevant topic, at least for me, so I decided to continue with this topic. The journey to writing this dissertation is quite challenging, because first I have to think about what are my literature review, who has done research on this in the past, and most of the research are based on Uber in UK and the US. And the thing is, they are all developed economies, and for me, I wanted to talk about developing economies. And I think for me, because I wanted things that could be implemented back in my home, which is in Malaysia. But the thing is, Malaysia is a developing country, so I had to find, and the thing is, I couldn't find any Malaysian data on ride-sharing services, so I had to look for a data set. That was my first challenge, and in the end I settled for India because they had good data set on employment, on household data, which is good for my dissertation, because I just needed I needed a representative of a developing economy. And then second challenge that I had is to understand how to use data, which is a software that we have to use. So when you're an economics student in Warwick in particular, you'll have to use data. You have no choice but to use data. And then it's an econometrics thing. Like, you will learn data in your first year in this module called computing and data analysis, and then in second year you will learn more on data in econometrics, and then and pay attention in your econometrics lectures, because you need to know what kind of identification strategy you want to use for your dissertation. I don't want to go more on the technical details, but that is what you need to know, especially if you're a prospective student. You need to A, look at past research, B, look at what methodology that you want to use, and then C, I guess once you know how to familiarize with data, what commands you want to use, how to generate variables, whatever, then you will get the results that you want. So for me, honestly, during the quarantine season, I had no motivation to study at all, but then I emailed my supervisor saying that as a researcher, what do you do to motivate yourself? And she said, my topic in particular is so important at this point because the gig economy workers, they have no choice but to continue working to sustain their families. You know, especially in this pandemic, everyone else could work from home, but they can't. Like food delivery workers, they're still working. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get our takeaways if it weren't for them. You know, in this pandemic, because we can't go to the restaurant, so we have to order from Just Eat. If you're in Malaysia, you have to order it from Grab Food. Yeah, that gave me a huge kick for me to start on my dissertation, and I think by the end of it, I really enjoyed writing the dissertation. And I'm very happy with my dissertation because I was planning to show it to the Central Bank of Malaysia, because that's where I will hopefully be working in a few months. Unfortunately, my results are not robust, so it's not really useful, but I'm still happy for it. I'm still proud of what I've done, and at this point, because I love it so much, I don't really care about what my results are. I don't know if that's weird, but you know that moment when giving it your all, and you're like, whatever the circumstances is, you know that you gave it your all. So that's what I'm feeling right now. So I'm really happy with my dissertation. That's why I felt the need to vlog about the day I submitted it, because I just felt so fulfilled after submitting it. And I hope you find this vlog useful. I'll see you guys in my next vlog with the same outfit, because I just recorded that just now. Bye!